It seems Stargate fans can't catch a break when it comes to hoping for more series installments and the continuation of the stories left unresolved from the beloved franchise. A new Stargate series has been in development for several years now from Brad Wright, co-creator of Stargate SG-1. However, since Amazon's acquisition of the IP through its $8 billion purchase of MGM in March of 2022, there has been no movement on any new Stargate productions. Previously, Brad Wright and Stargate series executive producer Joseph Malazzi have teased a new entry to the franchise, picking up where the previous shows left off. As of July of 2020, Malazzi shared in a blog post that we've never been closer to a fourth Stargate series, stating in regards to its progress that 5 chevrons have been locked. However, since Wright pitched his series script to Amazon, it appears that it is destined to gather dust for the foreseeable future, as confirmed by Wright himself. On November 1st of 2022, Brad Wright responded to a fan on Twitter who asked if there was any news on the possible new Stargate show, to which he responded, quote, "You won't hear news from me. MGM did hire me to write a pilot for a new show, but that was just before COVID hit. Timing couldn't have been much worse. All the players have changed in the interim, so it's likely destined to gather dust. Would have been fun though." Previously, in an appearance at GateCon back in 2018, Brad Wright shared that he was talking with MGM about a new Stargate show with the same continuity as the previous series entries. But as Wright mentioned, a lot has changed since then that has affected the chances of this new show getting off the ground. In an exclusive interview with Sci-Fi Wire, Brad Wright teased what could have been for his new Stargate show, saying, quote, "My goal was to create something that was new that also honored the existing universe, that lived in the canon of SG-1, Atlantis, and universe, and therefore included some of those characters. Bring in a new guard? Absolutely, but not at the expense of the pre-existing characters, who I think would still be very much on their game and still firing on all cylinders." He further teased that there would be familiar faces like General Samantha Carter, but that his focus moving forward was to create new storylines within the same universe, citing the vast Stargate mythology that has yet to be explored. He also remarked there would be a new human-built Stargate, and that it was high time for the world to know about the secret Stargate program. Malazzi chimed in to the Twitter thread when a fan responded to Brad Wright's revelation by asking if there was any chance that fan campaigns could help the situation, if Amazon even listened to the fans. Malazzi responded saying, "I'm sure Amazon is well aware of the tweet storms and the fans' desire for new Stargate. There will be a new series eventually, but no way of knowing who will be behind it. Hollywood generally prefers the flavors of the week." So as it stands, Amazon is currently not entertaining a continuation of the franchise from Brad Wright. And if the studio were to one day pursue new films or shows, the most likely outcome would be a complete reboot of the story. For myself, and no doubt many other fans, this prospect is extremely disappointing. It's frustratingly typical of studios who buy franchises and aren't willing to put in the work to create something that expands, enriches, and respects what came before. Lore, canon, and fandoms are viewed with disdain, while Flavor of the Week creators continue churning out reboots. Previously, I had hoped that Amazon was simply getting reorganized after such a monumental purchase of MGM, and that it would just be a matter of time before Wright's script was greenlit. However, now it seems as time passes that this is less and less likely. In light of this new information, I once again find myself feeling exasperated by another Hollywood studio's apparent mismanagement of yet another beloved franchise. Disney, Warner Brothers, Amazon, and the like seem to place themselves continually in opposition to the fans. Too often, these companies refuse to give audiences what they want, as they strive to appease their own selfish professional ambitions. They continue to purchase or inherit beloved IPs, and then seek to impose their own vision and skewed understanding onto the various mythologies and the characters within. Often their attitude is that fans should just be glad to get anything at all under the banner of a franchise's name. And then there are those who refuse to do anything with a beloved IP, instead prioritizing creatively bankrupt content with a popular brand name and no substance or quality storytelling behind it. For instance, Disney's Tron 3 has sat on the shelf for far too long, all the while they continue to churn out pointless and soulless live-action remakes of its already beloved animated catalog of films. After its acquisition of MGM, if Amazon chooses to go the reboot route, it would seem to be following in Disney's footsteps. The creatives behind the Stargate IP and its dedicated fanbase have repeatedly been cheated due to the mismanagement of the franchise ever since the run of the popular Stargate Atlantis was unfairly cut short, and its next entry, Universe, was cancelled before its prime, leaving fans hanging as to the fate of Destiny's crew. We've waited long enough. It's really not complicated. All studios have to do is create a product that fans want to see, and they'll be glad to support it. When working from a beloved book series, the best adaptations have been those who strove to faithfully adapt the story that fans already love and want to see on the big or small screen. When continuing a franchise like Stargate, it's just as important to maintain the spirit and canon of the original entries. The formula for success isn't complicated. It may be challenging when it comes to the continuation and adaptation of certain IPs, but anything worth doing should be challenging, and in the end, those efforts will be rewarded by fans. Many would agree that the best way to capture the spirit of the previous Stargate entries would be to involve the creative minds who pioneered and penned those installments. Given Brad Wright's eagerness to work on a new show, it seems like a no-brainer to greenlight a new series. However, the apparent rejection of Wright's new Stargate script would appear to indicate that the executives in charge of such decisions at Amazon have no brain. This turned into a bit of a rant, but my passion for this franchise demanded it. Passion drives us to go to the theater multiple times. It motivates us to buy physical media, to pay for subscriptions, merchandise, and engage with others online and in person about the IPs we love. Studios need passionate fans, and the truth that many find so hard to accept is that fans are only happy when you provide a product that we want. Instead of ignoring or mistreating fans, subverting their expectations, or insulting them with creatively bankrupt retellings and reboots, studios like Amazon would have far more success by listening to their customers and building trust and loyalty by treating the legendariums we love with care. This approach will cause the fans to become all the more dedicated and eager to support any upcoming productions. What further boggles my mind is the fact that Amazon seems all too eager to burn hundreds of millions of dollars on 4 more seasons of its critically failing Rings of Power series that has only proven to lose traction with general audiences as its first season was released. And now, Amazon is refusing to move forward with a beloved property like Stargate that so many fans are dying to see continued. One can only hope that Amazon will somehow or another come to its senses before it's too late, and will enable Brad Wright to keep telling new stories in the Stargate mythos. But I'm curious to know what you think about this latest update regarding Stargate. Are you disappointed or glad that it is currently untouched by Amazon? Do you think a reboot could be successful? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.